for the outside of the Hun residence, looking at the upper level, second and third floor air conditioner unit, setting in the half bath between second and third floor. New electrical disconnect and WIP coming back with the unit. Flush and pressure test our line set. Get a size reading off of that. I'll do it on. But then a couple of 4x4 pieces of lumber to set that unit back on. And y'all should be good to go. Thanks. We're in the third level of the Hun residence, looking at a gas system on the third floor. It's in a closet. Come up the stairwell in the center of the home, and then right to the left, they have two combustion air grill cutouts. We don't have, doesn't appear there's an exhaust on the furnace. It's a 95%er, but I can't really see in behind it to make for certain. This is actually a return. So we've got a 16x25 return box here on the front of the unit, and then also a electronic air filter. This return routes from down on the floor through this front here, and then over here, and then up this cavity and back to the unit. Our coil is going to be sitting down on bottom. Can't really tell much on size. A little tough to get to with this box here in the front, but this box would have to come out to be able to get the new furnace and AC coil installed. Our line set, I'll show you where it goes. There is an access panel in this closet to be able to get in, and then the unit sets on the second and a half floor outside. I'll show you that here in a little bit. But there's our electrical coming up to the unit. Our breaker panel, I'm not sure. I'm guessing it's on a double pole 40. Our shutoff appears to be here on this side in the closet. We would have to rework our gas lines, come back in, rework our electrical as well, and then get tricky on our PVC exhaust. We may be able to cut it off back down and reuse some of that. It looks like it may potentially go up and out, but I can't confirm where that goes. Need a new drain pan with emergency shut off. And then our existing condensate line, again, I cannot see where it runs to. It's back behind the unit somewhere, and I'm not sure where it goes. So there could be some additional work involved with this one. Customer had mentioned possibly taking it off of the outdoors on the second and a half floor. I think the crane is actually going to be the cheaper alternative with trying to route a new line set down the side of the house, with it being 3 stories, and run new electrical and communicating wire back and forth to the furnace. So I think our best avenue is just to look at a crane operator and see what they charge us to get that unit moved up here. Any questions, let me know. Oh, I'll show you where. So we go down the half stair into our bathroom, and then our unit is setting right outside here. We're here at the outdoor of the Hun residence, looking at our York AC unit. New electrical disconnect and whip coming back to the unit. Flush and pressure test our line set, re-insulate that as well. Here on the outside, it's got some wear starting to show. Rip up the poly base. We're gonna have to level this out a little bit to get the size of the new poly base to sit on top. They've got pavers. I'd probably throw in 6 or 8 pavers as well so that we can get that all nice and leveled up and hopefully get it above the rocks. And then access, there's 2 gates on this side that you can come in with equipment. And then again, this is for the first floor. Thanks. All right, we're here in the basement of the Hun residence, looking at potential full system replacement. The unit that we're looking at down in the basement supplies the first floor only. She has another unit on the 3rd floor. First thing that we'd be looking at doing, reworking our gas lines, connections between the supply and the return. Our return plenum, or excuse me, return drop is a little bit undersized. Somebody's made a cut in to probably try to get additional airflow. Her existing electronic filter cabinet is not working. I talked about a 5-inch media cabinet, or even the electronic media cabinet as well. Should have enough space. Talked to her about possibly for the increase in size for our return, cutting into this area here so that we can scoot our return drop down, or excuse me, over just a little bit to fit the size of the new system. Has an existing 92% furnace, 75,000 BTU, already routed to the outside. Just talked about going ahead and replacing those lines. There's a little bit of a cavity there where we should be able to go with a flush mount kit on the outside and clean that up as well. Drain line runs to a condensate pump and then comes up here, routes right along this PVC, and is currently dumping into the sump pump. Our floor drain, I talked to the customer about it. Running there along the wall and dropping down to our floor drain. AC sub panel right here by the walkout is on a double pole 40. This guy here, and it's an old Kraus Heinz panel. And then walking back to the unit, as you can see, we should have plenty of space to get it reworked. Get that built up nicely. Our electrical runs on the inside of the unit towards the main wall. I will talk to the customer about humidifier. We should have space if customer wants to look at adding that as well, because that unit's going to be significantly shorter on the new furnace. We should have enough supply plenum to get a humidifier in there as well, and wrap around with a bypass. Oh, and finally, the line set, it does go through partially finished space. Run through that cavity. If we need to replace it, that drywall would have to come off potentially to feed it through there, because there's a lot of wires going through that area. But then the unit runs here, and then it sets on the outside here in the corner. We'll get a size of the line set to see if we need to flush and pressure test or replace. Questions, let me know.